Hey guys, it's Adam, aka Swimming Bird, and we're back again for another snapshot. It is May 10th, 2012, and this is snapshot 12W19A. And what the heck are those weird pumpkin gourd things behind me? Well, I'm going to show you. That's one of the new features. There's only a handful in this new snapshot, but they're pretty cool. These are cocoa bean pods. You can find cocoa bean pods in generated jungles. They won't grow on jungle trees that you spawn. But this is the new way to get cocoa beans. We're not going to break jungle leaves anymore like in the last snapshot. So you plant these just basically by taking cocoa beans and clicking them on the tree. And there you go. We got a little cocoa bean pod. They start out as little pale green ones. Then they go to yellow. And then finally these kind of big... we just saw one grow. They go into these big pumpkin-y looking ones, and when you break them, the little ones will give you 1, the medium ones will give you 2, and the big ones will give you 3. So this is going to be a very easy way to get cocoa beans for brown sheep, and also for cookies. Now cookies, you craft those obviously with the 2 wheat, and the 1 cocoa bean, but they give you 8, and this is kind of a good watermelon alternative. If you don't have any watermelon seeds, cookies will now restore 1 hunger icon, 1 little meat shank for you. So they're a pretty good source of food. But yeah, I think they look kind of cool. And if you look over here, I set up a little something something where at the top there, this row right here are pistons, and then there's also a bit of glowstone between them. I'm having a hard time flying just because I'm trying to record without Optifine as always. But you see there's this is a little design I saw on Reddit that they use the glowstone, and because it can travel through pistons, which I've used before in some stuff, but it will go through and kind of illuminate these little gourds, as you can see here, and they look pretty cool. They're a little brighter than these ones. And they give off a little dim light like mushrooms do, but I don't know if they're going to keep that in or not. So yeah, this is kind of a cool little like chandelier design you can do, or you can make sconces, and so they're other than just their normal function, they can be used for decoration. So what else is new? Well, they did fix chests spawning in when you create a new world with chests, but they also put torches around them, so it's a lot easier to find these, because new players might not even see this chest if it generates in a weird spot. So I've got all the standard stuff in there, you know. I've got a few things in my inventory just from finding a village, but if you look around me, we have a huge ocean biome, and that's because ocean biomes are huge normally, but I'm also on the new large biome map, which generates huge versions of biomes, thousands and thousands of blocks long at times. So I'm going to go over here and grab a few of the maps I made. This cocoa plant here, if you use the pick block command in creative on the cocoa plants, you get this little block to place, and I believe it's a full grown cocoa plant here. It looks a little odd, but then, oh no, it still makes a small one, but it's kind of strange. It does the exact same thing as if you put a cocoa bean on there. So, but yeah, we're gonna go over here and I will grab the maps that I made to show you guys that. I made a couple maps just to kind of show they really don't do the large biomes justice. Now this is where we spawned here, and this is all ocean, but then if you look over there, there is a kind of some bits of a desert, but then also a taiga biome started. And then I went over and kind of mapped around. There's a little village up in the upper left. You can see the brown, and 1 red dot towards the top a little is some lava, but yeah, most of this is all snow. This isn't that much larger than the biomes that we have now. It's still pretty huge, but I have seen pictures of like deserts and other, well, pretty much every biome that has spanned thousands and thousands of blocks. So this is, if you want a world that doesn't have a lot of like desert then snow and you know, abrupt changes, although this one still has a little bit of that, but if you want a world where you can live in like one biome and have a huge area for that biome, like a giant forest, then this is the map type for you. The only problem is oceans, which I'm not a huge fan of because there's not really much to do out in the oceans. They will generate even bigger than they already are, you know, but it's still pretty cool. You can make some awesome giant worlds, and it's going to make materials harder to find, because if you wanted to get a material from one specific biome, you would have to travel a lot to find it. But yeah, these new large biome maps you can create when you make a new world. You select that instead of like normal or super flat, and you can make them. One other thing here, they changed a bit of the tooltips. The hieroglyphic, which they actually misspelled sandstone here, is actually called chiseled sandstone now, and now this detailed stone brick is called chiseled stone brick. But other than these new things, the cocoa beans, the large biomes, there's also sub-biomes, which I'm going to try to show you some clips of. There's desert hills now. There's ice mountains, which sound cooler than they are. They're kind of, it's basically, both of those are like giant hills that are in those biomes now. So it just kind of diversifies deserts and, you know, snow stuff so that they're not as flat as maybe they would be normally. But those are cool. I'm going to try to get some clips for that at the end here after. So keep watching. And some other stuff that they got changed was mainly just fixes. They've fixed a lot of the stuff like the end and the nether working again, enchantment, all the stuff that worked before that got broken when single and multiplayer were combined have been fixed again mainly for the most part. So yeah, they're still working on that. That's why there's not too many features right now that have been added, but I really like these cocoa beans, and the way you get them now are pretty cool. We can have another thing to farm basically, and the large biomes definitely. I think that's a really cool way to make a world map. But yeah, other than that, stay tuned. I'm going to get some clips of the desert hills and hopefully the ice mountains if I can find them. And that's pretty much it for this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment and all that stuff and a rating if you have the time, but I'll see you guys next week. Well, after I do these little clips, I'll be back. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you then. Here's one of those desert hills sub-biomes. They definitely get a lot bigger than this. I've seen bigger. This one's a bit better. It's a little bigger. And these seem to be pretty common in deserts now. I've found a bunch of them. This one's a bit more piled high than the others. Oh, that's why you don't want to put your spruce forest next to your desert. So as you can see in the upper corner, this is technically ice mountains, but we're not getting too big of a hill here. So I'm going to keep looking, see if we can find something more impressive. But also one thing I forgot to mention too was that with bigger deserts, that means there's going to be more villages generated more often, according to the developer Dinnerbone. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Let's keep searching for another ice mountain. Alright, we got some weirdness going on here where the strip doesn't have snow, but turn around and there we are. This is what I'm talking about. Now these are the ice mountains. Basically, just extreme hills with snow on them. But still cool. Any diversity in biomes like this I really like. You don't see the ice plains as much because I know that for a while there they weren't put in the code right or something, where only taigas would spawn and not ice plains. So it's good to see these getting some new features. And one last thing before I go, I forgot to mention it, but you'll notice that the little cocoa bean texture here has changed. It used to look like a pile of poop, but now it just kind of looks like little scatterings. So here you go, Mr. Pig. He's leaving those behind as he walks. Alright. On that note, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in every week when I do this. And I'll see you next time. Hopefully some more cool stuff to come in 1.3. Goodbye.